LED, hit the comic shop, hit a different shop. It's called New World Comics. It's a good shop. First time I've been in there. Check them out. They very helpful. Their back issues were extremely cheap, so I went nuts. I'm trying to collect Stormwatch and the Authority. It's just something I'm getting into, and I'm actually reading Stormwatch, and I think even before Warren Ellis takes over on the writing, it's pretty good. I like it's that 90s action. If you know, you know, but it's also picked up an all-in special. This one, it's, if you're a speculator, this is a good one just to pick up. If you know, if you're in the shop and you see it, I would grab it. They go for like $10 online. It's, you know, has first appearances of the trifecta of absolute magnificent goodness. Yeah, this absolute universe is pretty good. And there's a couple other key things in there. So if you're a key person, definitely get that. I also saw a, let's pull that bad boy out. What did your boy see that caught his eye? A foil of the Batman #1 Virgin copy. It was like, I think $7.99, but I have good feelings about this issue, this run. It's one of those where I feel like if I don't invest right now that I'm going to miss out. I've done that so many times. A lot of that is whenever they start renumbering. I call it rebooting, but it's really just renumbering. It sucks, man. I hate that. It feels like they're just trying to suck money out of us. But, you know, on the positive side, that's where I like to keep it. It's this is a good read. This was a good self-contained issue. Foil covers are cool. I like some of them. Now I will give you some advice on foil covers and mycomicshop.com. I would not do it because, and it's not a bad thing, it's just when they rate something as new condition and not near mint, it means it can fall anywhere between fine and near mint. And my experience with foils, man, the last foil I got like that, it was pretty scuffed up, and they were pretty adamant about sticking with the rules that they laid out. And, you know, that's cool. I went and bought a fresh copy at Speeding Bullets. Shout out to them as well. They treat me good, and totally love that shop. Yeah, got the foil on this #1. Totally dig the artwork. The writing is really good. Like, one thing I mentioned about the writing is the way they portray his gadgets by the writer. It's really good. You know, not everyone can pull that off as far as writers. But, yeah, they're doing a great job. So, I rated the Stormwatch and Authority bin. And I do have reasons for the things that I picked up, and I'm going to share it with you. Like I said, these were good, like $2. So I went nuts. It's okay. There's some key issues in here. There's a misprint that I grabbed. But before we get into that, let's get into the Alpha Flight keys that I grabbed. This was a nice little pickup, $2 for the first appearance of Wildchild as Weapon Omega. I do like me some Alpha Flight. It's pretty cool. So I saw that. I had to pick it up. So, you know, yeah, there you go. Wildchild, it's an interesting character as far as the Weapon X program goes. So if you're into that, man, check it out. X-Men right now, they have a character called Wire in there. And I knew nothing about this character. I did some research, and 114 Alpha Flight is his first appearance. So $3, man, I jumped all over that. And that's what's cool about reading the books and going back. Like, you'll run into a character that piques your interest and is really cool to you. Just start researching. With the internet, man, it's fantastic. Back in the day, that's what I'm going to say, you had to, it was good back then too. You had a lot more social interaction. You didn't have, You couldn't just Google something and get the information as quick as you can now, or stand there with your phone at the bins and look at prices and stuff. You got whatever piqued your interest. It was a good time. It was really cool. But, you know, if you're a speculator, this is a great time to be a comic fan. And even if you just like comics, it's also a great time. I truly believe that. So, Wire, first appearance. Glad I found that. That's one that I've had on my want list. So, Stormwatch. Let's get in this bad boy. So, I already have a copy of this. I picked up at Speeding Bullet. And so I saw this and picked up another one. It is a misprint, and I'm totally in the misprints. It should be issue 21. My Comic Shop, they're asking $8 for a very fine copy. And this is good condition. So I'm glad I have that. I'll do that. I'll buy extra copies of stuff. Issue 3, I have issue 1 and 2, and I'm really enjoying Scott Clark and Trevor Scott. This is really, I think it's an underrated 90s action-packed adventure. You know, you have Warren Ellis steps in and really overshadows this part of it. But I really, you know, for the price you can get these at, you should totally get into it if you're into that 90s flavor. And you know what I'm talking about if you're into that. Jim Lee did the cover as well. So a lot of these early covers, Jim Lee is doing what he does. So, number 13, I have a copy of this. I couldn't believe I got it for $3. This is when Mark Millar steps in as writer and Frank Quietly doing the pencils. And let me show you. I showed this in another video, but it's worthy of showing again. I call it Potty Mouth Panels. Yeah, that's good condition. Really good. Potty Mouth Panels. What is that, Tony D? Well, I'm going to tell you. When I was flipping through this thing or reading it, I got to this photo right here, or this picture, and my jaw dropped and I said a dirty word. It was OSH, you know what? I mean, just look at it. Look at the perspective he created with this ship. I mean, it is just fantastic. I was in awe. Like, so if you have a potty mouth panel, share it with us. I'd love to. It's not always about the cover. There's splash pages, panels, even maybe a little panel that just drops your jaw. Let your boy know. Potty mouth panels. It's going to catch on. I feel good about it. So I went ahead, picked up issue 14. This seems to be a good story. There's an introduction of an evil team. So I went ahead and want to finish out the story arc that starts in 13. So I got 14. Your boy picked up 15 and 16. So that completes that story. Good price. Great price, actually. So I had to do it. Now, these copies right here, I'm just kind of dipping my toes in this water. Stormwatch Team Achilles. Will Portacio is doing the art. And he's one of my favorite artists as well. He's top 5. And I'll show you why. He's really good. I think he's the underrated 90s artist that just really didn't get the recognition that, you know, he deserves. You know, some of these artists are pretty humble, you know, and if you're not making a lot of noise, you can get overlooked. But I mean, yeah, it's great artwork. I dig it. Yeah, man, if you have a top 5, give me your top 5 artists. That's always a fun thing to do. So just dipping my toes, just, you know, got 2 issues, $2 a piece. I couldn't pass that up just to kind of, you know, get the beak wet. More Authority. So Warren Ellis and Hitch. So I got 2. The first issue is pretty expensive, but your boy will prevail. So I got 2. I got 3. Let's just take in the covers. Soak it in. 3. It's really good stuff. Hitch isn't one of my favorite artists, but I will say he did a fantastic job with Authority. They're just something that doesn't resonate with some. I think Age of Ultron is when I kind of was like, just. But always looking for the positive, and this is positive. So I got the 5. I got the 6. Yeah. Sparks. They're just cool characters. Like, these characters are fresh, they're new. Some of them have a little, you know, like Apollo. I get it. He's like Superman archetype, and Midnighter like Batman, but still, all in all, there's a lot of fresh, new, original characters that came out of this. And I'm totally a proponent for that. Like, man, create something original and new. It's out there. But yeah, totally awesome. Yeah, I'll give it up to Hitch on this one. Ah, if you watch a Superman movie, you know what you're looking at. Her first appearance, I don't know which one it is, but man, it's expensive on mycomicshop.com. And when this movie comes out, man, these will go up. I guarantee you. And that's not why I'm getting them. I want to read the story. Totally interested. And the reason why I got into it is I was buying some Warren Ellis books, Black Summer, No Hero, Super God, and I was getting into that. And I liked them so much, I just started doing the research on Warren Ellis, and I was like, oh, I didn't know he did the writing on that. So now I'm into it. The movie will be interesting. I'm not real big into the movies. I'm kind of a comic guy, like a purist maybe. I don't know. I'll watch them, but I'm definitely not lining up, you know what I mean, at the theater. So yeah, just a little quick hit. Found me a new place with some back bins. Great prices. These are in great condition as well. So you know what I say. Get that